Hello, and welcome to Famicast 162, your Famicast for the latter part of November 2019. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
Watch it. I'll fold you like a fucking one Mars bar, mate.
This I've been waiting for all along. And also, we're here with Mr. Ty Sugart.
That's Red Hot Mars Bar, mate. Jesus. How did he come up with that? Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, I don't get any of these references.
You will get it.
Okay. I haven't been watching Shaun of the Dead, so I don't
mate.
get British stuff right now. So,
all right.
Come on, Pokemon is based in England. You have to get with the times, Danny.
I know. Sorry.
Pokemon is British now.
Yeah. Well, what a strange world we live in, huh?
Right. Wow.
Hashtag deal with it.
Yep. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and kick things off with some new business. And James, would you like to kick things off for us today?
Okay. We can tag team Luigi's Mansion a little bit later. Okay. I'll just start off with a game we got sent a code for WRC8, which is World Rally Championship, the 8th, if you're not familiar, which is a hyper-realistic driving simulator game.
Yes.
This one we don't usually get many codes for, like, full price retail games, like $50, $60 games. we get like a ton of, like, the cheapo, $5 games. They can't stop throwing this review codes for those.
Right.
But with the big ones, we don't usually get sent them. So I was kind of surprised to get this one, to be honest. I kind of applied for it on a whim. I was like, probably not going to get it, worth a shot. And they did send it to us, God bless them. So there's a few of these kind of like realistic racing games on Switch. They're usually based off, like, last gen, like the last version of the previous generation.
Right.
And I believe this one is very similar to, like, the last one on 360 and PS3 or whatever. But it's like, it's like slightly better than that, like visually.
Kind of like a Wii U situation almost.
Yeah, kind of like that. The graphics are, like, slightly better, but, like, content-wise, it's only a little bit better. It's not quite the current, PS4 Xbone full-on version, right?
Yeah, of course.
But this is when I say sim, as in, is the very definition of sim. Like, it is a simulation game. Like, it's got a career mode where you're basically doing everything from, like, choosing the tires, choosing the team, choosing the mechanic. Like, there's several mechanics to choose from.
Okay.
Like, every aspect of the team, every member of the team that is, fixing the car, preparing the car, telling you about the courses. There's like a weatherman. You have to choose the weatherman, the guy the meteorologist, guy who's in charge of finding out what the weather's going to be like on the next course. And setting schedules, you're reading emails, you're replying to emails, like talking to sponsors. It's like everything, every little detail of these things you're doing, right? And that's how the game starts you off, actually. And it gives you, like, a very brief, not really tutorial. It's like, how shit are you at this game kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like a difficulty. It's kind of testing how difficult you can handle, basically. And of course, I fucking crashed and burned in that initial bit. So I was like, yeah, we might want to turn on some of these assists for you.
Sure.
But
is that the series that has, like, a guy that calls all the turns and stuff and then calls you shit?
That's Rally. That is Rally.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. I'm talking to Americans here. Yeah. So Rally is basically two men in it's like a very high performance vehicle, but it's usually quite a small vehicle. They're not like massive ones. If you're thinking like Sega Rally, for example, it's a little bit different from that, because Sega Rally, they use like Subarus and, like.
Yeah, I know. I played like 100 racing games, man. I'm just asking you, how annoying is this game?
Well, that's kind of like part and parcel, isn't it? That you can't have a rally game without a co-pilot, a co-driver, right?
Right.
The co-driver.
How bad do they make you feel?
they don't comment on your driving. They're telling you the turns. So like hard right, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't help but think I played one of these who had like two people in your ear. One calling out the turns and one like just
Oh,
calling
really?
you trash because you're an idiot.
No,
I'm like,
that's
wow.
not very professional. That would
Yeah,
never
and
happen
like
in
even when I felt I was doing pretty good, it's just like, God, get it together. It's like, please.
No, that sounds like not rally.
All right.
Because like the co-driver literally has to sit there silently. Even if you make a mistake, he will not say anything. All his job is only to tell you what to, where to turn.
Right.
And you kind of do need to listen, and you can change the delay on that, because it is quite hard. Like, I mean, you're doing multiple things at once here, right? And you can set the delay to like a little bit earlier, a little bit later. So you're like just on the turn, it'll tell you, or like way before. So you can adjust that. The comments that we're getting on YouTube, people asking about like weather. Obviously this has a lot of fans. We'll probably talk about that later in new business. Sorry, in now playing.
Feedback.
But like,
or that too.
There's a lot of fans for this game, and they want to know, the weather system and the damage system. And to answer that, like there isn't physical damage to the car, but like your car will get worn down. It'll like smoke will come out of it if you damage it a lot, and things will stop working. But like the car will always look, pristine.
So maybe some kind of a licensing thing. Cause that's how Gran Turismo was for the longest time. They didn't screw up the
technical thing.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, they didn't screw up the bodies of the car because maybe the licensors would be like, "Yeah, don't do that."
Possibly, I'm not sure. It sounds like previous games maybe have done that. It could be a technical thing, like with the Switch not being able to handle that, kind of degradation of the car. That's quite intensive thing to process, kind of thing.
Port from a 360 game. Got it.
Right. But it does look very good, actually. It looks pretty good. As far as the weather, you can actually it's got like dynamic weather. I think maybe that's one of the bullet points, on the box. It's like dynamic weather. So like it can start off clear skies and then start raining, and then you'll be like, in full on like heavy rain by the end of the race, which is why you need your meteorologist, so you can like adjust what tires you need to use and stuff like that. Or it can do the opposite. It can start off raining and then clear up, and then you've just got puddles on the floor. But it's it dries up near the end. It's got like snow as well, and different lighting conditions, like morning, afternoon, dusk, at night, stuff like that. So it starts you off in the career mode, like I was saying. After that brief, quote unquote tutorial, it's like straight in there, and your car is, it's underpowered, and it puts you in some really kind of grim situations, like full on snow at night, and it's like, Jesus Christ, talk about throwing you in the deep end. It's like fucking hard. This is like, if you're not used to this kind of game, don't go in thinking like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good, graphically that looks pretty good on Switch, I'll give it a shot. Don't go in half-assed. You need to know what kind of game this is. This is like, a simulation. It's a very, very difficult game. You need to, you're never going to be going at top speed, burning around corners, just like holding down the accelerator and just burning around corners. Like,
so you're saying it's not like Mario Kart?
Yes, very much on the opposite end of that scale.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, Moo Moo Farm. It's not like Moo Moo Farm. No, it's Moo Moo Farm was real. I later found out that you can actually exit out of the career mode, and I didn't find this out until quite a long time afterwards, because upon booting up the game, you go straight into career mode, but you can actually back out of that, and there is actually a quick race, and like you can actually choose the weather, and you can choose the car, you can choose a team, you can choose a road, a track, or whatever you want, and it's all open right from the start. I thought that was pretty cool. There is an American team and there is a Japanese team, which you can choose, which is pretty cool. The other 98 races are all European. Hashtag deal with it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Americans and Japanese people can't drive.
Yeah. Well, it's not NASCAR. It's not on a big loop, so we can't do it.
Right. It's funny, isn't it, that both Americans and Japanese are the two countries where people learn to drive automatic transmission.
Yeah, I mean,
Europeans tend to learn to drive with a manual transmission. With it. What do you call it? Americans call it drive and steer.
yeah, also called manual.
But yeah, you can choose those. All of the cars are very similar. It's like only, I think it's Ford in most of them. Like a Ford Fiesta, which I don't even think is sold in America. I think it's like a European only model of the Ford. It's like a very small small compact car. But these are like super overpowered versions of those. It's like a Ford Fiesta, but it's got like a massive engine in it, so it goes like 200 miles an hour. It's like
it's a hot rod,
right? And they do have some kind of like classic and kind of very fancy cars in there as well, which you can try out in quick race mode, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's got like a whole bunch of countries. Like there's Australia, Brazil, like Sweden, like loads of countries, all with different weather and environments and stuff. And it is kind of amazing. And there's so many tracks. Like one country will have several versions, and then you can play them forwards and backwards, so it kind of doubles it up as well. There's tons of tracks, and there are loads of cars, but like I said, it does tend to repeat the same car model. They've just got different like stickers and advertising, like sponsors on the outside, because each team is sponsored by certain company and stuff like that. Sure. So it's got all their shit all over the outside of the car. And you can do cockpit view, and you can see your co-driver with his little notepad next to you and everything. It's pretty detailed. And there's quite a few viewpoints that you can do, and you can actually adjust those as well. You can actually zoom out, like say do like a really far back camera, and then you can zoom it out in the options screen. You can zoom out even more, do like almost like a fisheye lens, so you can see like really a lot of the course. So it's got options coming out the ass in this game. So as far as am I enjoying it? Am I going to want to play more of it? Maybe not so much. I mean, it's kind of fun, and it's kind of crazy to play this kind of like realistic looking game on the Switch. And it's the first time this game has ever been portable. Fans of the genre are saying like, wow, I can't believe this is running on a fucking tablet basically. It is, for people who like this game, it is a big deal. And I think one of the YouTube trailers that they ran was actually one of the professional rally drivers playing it in a rally car while it was being thrown around a rally course.
Okay, well,
like,
glad he wasn't like the one. He wasn't the one behind the wheel, was he?
No, he was the co-driver. But like they did it for real. Like they filmed it for real. It wasn't like a CG thing. It was like literally in there, like being thrown around, like holding his face. Like he was playing the course that they were actually playing in real life. It was pretty cool idea. I doubt the guy got very far in it.
Probably not.
Because even sat still in it, on a TV, it's pretty hard. So yeah, that's WRC 8. Available now.
Yeah, it looked interesting. I mean, I occasionally dabble in some racing games or something, but like, man, I just don't have the patience for, or maybe even just the skills or both. Play a game like that would be insanely hard, and then just be like, okay, well, I can get good at this if I like do the training mode for 10 hours, and then I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
It seems like whenever you pick up one of these games and you throw it in, it seems like it implies to you immediately, like you got to commit a lot of time to this game.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. I would argue even more than like a Gran Turismo. This is because with Gran Turismo, like I can play Gran Turismo no problem. It's like you choose a car, you learn how to slide around the corners. Fucking anyone can do that with a little bit of practice.
Yeah,
but this one is a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
This is full on realism. I think they do have rally cars in Gran Turismo. Some of the later Gran Turismo.
Sometimes,
they do.
Yeah. But the problem there is that the courses are just, the same old kind of oval type courses, which rally is not. If I want to dumb this down for like, Nintendo baby language, it's like, that stage in Mario Kart 8 where it's not laps, it's just one straight. That's rally. There's no laps. You're just going a long, straight. Well, it's not a straight course. Very bendy course with hundreds and hundreds of like hairpin turns and stuff. And you can actually die if in the real sport. You make a mistake, you fall off a cliff, you're dead, basically.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
Right.
Perfect.
A couple of people have died in real life, by the way.
Oh yeah.
This is pretty serious stuff, So yeah, only the fearless may apply. So yeah, that's WRC8 talked about. I think like at least one person listening is probably interested in picking that up for like 50 bones or whatever this game is.
Yeah, I just noticed I have 6 on my Xbox somehow.
Oh, WRC6. There you go.
Yep.
Is that a 360 kind of up-res thing, or?
I don't know. It's the Xbox One version. I don't know what it came out on.
All right. Okay, next up, I'll talk about something that probably no other podcast in the world is talking about. And actually, the only other Japanese podcast out there, A4 Player, they didn't talk about it. So I think we're literally the only ones ever going to talk about this game. And that is Knives Out, which Koyo Kodo, we may have mentioned it in the previous show, that it was just getting a release. And it came out, and I tried it out. And it's basically PUBG. It's like Japanese PUBG, basically.
Yeah.
This is, well, I wouldn't really call it realistic military shooter because you're playing as like a high school students in, high school skirts wearing a fancy dress outfit.
Right. At a glance, it looks like the same game.
Yeah, that's right.
Except sillier.
Imagine playing PUBG mobile version on a smartphone from like 10 years ago.
Blah.
Bless you. Yeah, this game, it looks like ass. Like unbelievable, like dog shite. Like I couldn't believe it loading up. Like from the title screen and everything, it's like, oh, this is pretty glossy stuff. It's got like certain professional sheen to it. And then you start to play the game and you're like, holy shit, what happened? It's like, I might as well get an Android phone out from like 2004 and start playing on it.
Well, isn't that what the Switch basically is?
Yeah. But like, people shit on Fortnite, but Fortnite's a good looking game. I mean, it's got a graphical style to it, and it doesn't have terrible pop in.
Right.
And, it looks colorful and nice, and you can see all the players and you can see everything that's going on, right? This is like, whoa. It's like, playing the PC version, putting the graphical settings down to like, low, and then going past low and then going into like minus.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it. Like you start off in these helicopters, and you're like, when you drop out the helicopter, you literally, the ground is like, it's nothing. It's just gray with like little triangles. And then as you get closer, like the little triangles become slightly bigger triangles. It's, they were trees. Okay.
Just like real life. Yes.
Yeah. And then when you land, it doesn't really get much better. It's so bad. Like, I mean, it does play pretty much like, well, I haven't actually played PUBG, but like, similar to Fortnite. You're finding treasure in houses and getting weapons and stuff like that, But the weapons tend to be more realistic looking ones, like more like military guns.
Yeah.
It's like, 100 players, battle royale, last one alive wins kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't even bother to find out if I was playing against smartphone users. I would assume that they are, because with the game looking this much ass, it probably is running a version of the mobile version.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that seems like it'd be a quick and dirty way to port the game over.
Yeah, because a lot of my students love this game. Like they played. It's almost like taken over the Monster Hunter. The four high school boys playing together at lunchtime in McDonald's.
I'd say between this and Fortnite, I think Monster Hunter as we know it is dead in the way that it used to be, where people would like you said, gather together in a corner and ignore everyone and not do their homework and whatever.
Well, when I we probably talked about this maybe on early episodes of the Famicast, very, very early episodes of the Famicast, it was the PSP, four high school boys playing Monster Hunter together at McDonald's, going on hunts together. And that the 3DS version never of Monster Hunter, that is, never took off in the same way. Like it's kind of did, but it wasn't the phenomenon that the PSP one was.
Really?
But this,
I
I would say,
I don't know, man.
well, okay, maybe it's just anecdotal thing. I just never saw as many as I saw with the PSP. Maybe it was. I mean, Monster Hunter was popular on 3DS, obviously.
Yeah.
But the fact that they just kept on rehashing that same one again and again, even the Switch version is basically, a version of that.
It is literally a 3DS port.
Yep. And they're kind of doing that with Knives Out, but I'm not sure if it's going to take off. I don't think people are going to buy a Switch to play Knives Out,
Yeah.
Switch doesn't even have like a mobile connection, right? So you'd have to play it at home, which kind of ruins the whole point, of playing, with your buddies, right?
Yeah.
Because you got a mobile phone, it's got a 4G connection, it's Japan, the connection is good, the phones are good, everyone has a decent or semi-decent phone in Japan. So I'm not sure who this is serving, because this version of it is trash. And even if I played a better version, a graphically better version, if such a thing exists, like iPhone 11 is going to be better than the Switch version, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This game is just straight up garbage. And,
before, James, you mentioned this game on the show a couple weeks ago or whenever it was. Like, the only thing I really knew about this game, aside from seeing the occasional commercial, I saw a T-shirt at there's a clothing shop called Shimamura, and I just went there like in the summer, and I was like, I'm just gonna get my brother like a shirt, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool, and then I bought him a shirt for this game. And,
was it Koyokodo or Knives Out? What did it say?
Koyokodo. All in like kanji and stuff. So I was like, that's that one game that I don't care about, but the logo looks kind of cool. So
yeah, it's very much trying to copy the PUBG logo, isn't it? The guy with a helmet on.
Yeah.
If you scratch beneath the surface of this game, I think it is pretty much Chinese made or Chinese owned or Chinese something.
Yeah,
because
that's why I assumed. I assumed it was just a Chinese game.
Yeah. It makes a lot more sense when you think, China made this. That's why it looks like jank. But like the katakana wasn't fitting on screen. Like obviously everyone in Japan has a name that's in katakana or some combination of katakana and numbers, and it was just like looked weird. Like the font looked weird, and I was like, why the fuck would a Japanese game not know how to display katakana correctly? And then it dawned on me, it's not Japanese. That's why there's no katakana in Chinese. Chinese only has kanji, the complex characters. So yeah, throw it in the trash. I'll just like to mention that I completed Blossom Tales.
Oh, cool.
That's it. I just finished it last night.
Okay.
That's a great game, but
yeah,
I'm not going to be able to talk about it in Game of the Year episode because it came out last year. But I just wanted to say, Danny recommended it. I played it. I finally completed it, and it's a great game. And if you like Zelda 3, it's worth a go. But the other game which I completed yesterday was Luigi's Mansion 3.
Nice.
Which Danny, are you still playing that game, or has it gone on the back burner for you?
Nope, that has went to the front burner. I'm kind of trying to tone down the Call of Duty Online, but that seems to be like gaining more steam. But yeah, and actually, just because yesterday, the day before, I was playing, and my wife, she's like, "Yeah, I'd like to watch you play that game." So, yes, we were watching. Or she was watching me, and I was playing it, and yeah, it seems fairly enjoyable. Like we talked about last time, it's like the mannerisms and stuff that they're doing in that game.
Yeah.
It's like I see this, and it gives me hope for like a Super Mario movie. So I'm thinking, they got all this stuff down. It's Mr. Bean with the mustache. I mean, there you go. So
That's true. There are some cutscenes, later in the game, which really I thought, wow, this would really look good in a movie. There is probably the most talking that Mario and Luigi have ever done.
Yeah.
In this game, which is not much, but it's a little bit more than what it is usually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mario Sunshine had quite a lot at the beginning, but that game's not worth talking about. But this does it really well, and as the credits rolled for Luigi's Mansion 3, I just dawned on me, this game was made by foreigners. This is not a Japanese game at all. It's like every single one, it's like maybe 2 Japanese names in the whole credits, and that's only like executive producer, as in guy who didn't really do anything.
Yeah. But I would imagine that, it's Next Level
Crazy.
that made this
Next
game,
Level,
right?
yeah. Good guys.
And like, I mean, they're close with Nintendo. I'd imagine they'd have some like Japanese shepherd come in and be like, "Yo, make sure you're doing
Yeah.
it this way,"
I think maybe character animation was a Japanese guy,
Okay.
amazingly, which is like the one thing that stands out for Luigi's Mansion, and it was like the one Japanese guy who was on hand to do it. But yeah, everyone else was like foreigners. I'm assuming Americans, right? It's an American company.
In Canada, I don't remember where Next Level that.
Yeah, but yeah, all I can say, I don't want to spoil it, but like the game, as you go up the levels, like every single level that you go up to, I'm talking about levels as in literal levels of the hotel. It always surprised me. Every single one, it was just like a joy to behold. It was like just graphically pleasing, thematically pleasing, and they used that theme really well.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no repetition at all. Like every single one is like completely different from the previous one. And also I realized that this game is very much like almost like a boss rush game in a way. Like games which like focus mainly on like the boss battles, maybe like a Shadow of the Colossus or whatever. That game is an adventure game, but like 90% of it is just boss battles. The 10% is like exploring. Luigi's Mansion 3 is probably a little bit more exploring.
So yeah, it might be the other way around. Shadow of the Colossus, it's like 80% wandering around, and then you find the boss.
Oh, okay.
but,
you know what I mean. What people remember from that game is the boss battles.
Yes.
And Luigi is kind of like that as well. Like there have been levels where you literally go in and then you go through a room and then boom, the boss is there and you're already in the boss battle.
Yeah.
And then you defeat the boss and then you explore the rest of the place and find secrets and stuff.
Sure. And I was kind of noticing that too, James. It is really, like you said, it's super snappy. Like I just sat down yesterday. I got through like 2 floors in relatively short amount of time. And even like this afternoon, I got home from work and I just powered through a level. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's really snappy and really easy to kind of like get through the stuff.
Have you played the movie studio stage?
That's what I just finished. Wow.
Nice.
Kind of.
Okay, I think we can talk about that one because I think that's going around the internet. Lots of people are talking about that one. But that's a good example. I mean, with that one, actually, there are some puzzles before that. There's actually quite a lot to do before you get to the boss with that one.
Yes.
Which is different from most of the other ones, where it's like boss first, puzzles second. But like for that one, basically, it's so clever. Like you basically playing in a movie, as Luigi in like a kaiju movie, like an old Godzilla style movie, and that's the boss. And it's just like the way it's shot and presented is like one of those old Godzilla movies. It's just so clever. Like how they get the idea for that is just amazing. And like different parts of that stage, you can look through these video cameras, and it's like the scene that you see outside of the camera is like like a production stage. But then when you look through the camera, it's like the special effects are added.
Yeah.
So the same scene looks different. And then you can actually interact with the special effects scenes and stuff. It's so clever. Like I've never seen like something like that being done before, and it was a really ingenious way of doing the puzzles, and also to play the stage in general. It was really cool. Yeah, right to the end, it was incredibly satisfying. I think my clock runs in at 20 hours, but I think if you just cut out all the the bull, it's probably just 15 for the straight up story mode. I think maybe the rest of the time was maybe multiplayer or just, I don't know, idle or in menus or something. I don't know how it calculates the time and stuff like that. But I incorrectly on Twitter complained that you can't go back once you've defeated the last boss. You can't go back and get the gems. And I complained about that because after I completed the game, I went back, loaded up my save file, and it put me straight in the final boss room. I was like, which you can't get out of. I was like, this is bullshit. And then someone, actually, MBZ, friend of the show, who's been on the show before, great guy. He told me that you can actually, when you load up your save file, at the bottom, there's like it auto saves at certain points in the story.
Yep.
And the auto save is just before the final boss. So if you load up that one, you're free to go back in the hotel and get all the the gems and everything and the booze and stuff like that. There's the reason I was really pissed off because there was this one room which there were two situations where it suddenly dawned on me like, oh, I know what to do in that room. It's like not so much like unlocking something, but like you do something in the story mode at, like level 10, but then you think back to like level 3 and you're like, oh yeah, there was one of those on level 3. And I was like, okay, I'll go back to there. After I've defeated the final boss, I'll go back there. And so I did end up going back there, and it did work how I thought. And that was really cool. And I actually ended up getting quite a lot of the gems. I actually got all the gems for like floor 10 and I think maybe floor 9 or 10 and upwards. I got all the gems. I got really into like finding them because it was just so satisfying, solving all these puzzles like with the environment. And some of them are like really ingenious. And it really, once you've got all the gems, you really have fully explored that stage, because you have to like basically go to every part of the map and interact with everything to find all the gems. So it's kind of like a satisfying kind of check, like, okay, I've seen everything on this level now. I've got all 5 or 6 gems. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and get the boos because they're less interesting. Which basically, if you don't know, the controller vibrates where the boos, like the traditional boo from Mario, is in the room, and it'll get stronger the closer you get to it. And then you basically just have to find some part of the environment that they're hiding in, and then get it. And there's one on every floor, so there's probably like 15 boos to get, and then that apparently unlocks something. But I'm not too bothered about that. It's not they're less interesting than the gems. Yeah, because you're not finding anything new. You're just going back in the same rooms you've already been, except just rattling everything to find out where they are.
Right.
And Danny, we play a little bit of online together. The Scarescraper.
Yep.
Which is the Ghostbusters. You can team up 4 guys.
Yeah.
I was Egon. Danny was.
I was. What's his name? Winston.
Winston, right? Obviously, the perfect match. Yeah, and then we ended up teaming up with 2 other randos, didn't we?
Yep. And that worked out a lot better than just you and me.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. You do need 4. You do need a full Ghostbusters team. Pro tip: get your full Ghostbusters team if you're going to take on the Scarescraper, because
it's just not enough with 2.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Egon and Winston, they just can't cut it.
I mean, Winston was pulling his weight, but I'll tell you, Egon, lame.
I was looking at Togan the Spirit Guide. What are you talking about? Finding out the research. But that's pretty hard, actually. I mean, even with 4 people, like, to defeat all the. Do you remember, Danny? It was like, what was it, like 39 ghosts or something on one stage, and you've only got like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to go to every single room, and you really do have to use teamwork.
Yeah.
And like, and make sure you're on point capturing ghosts. And they do change up the objective as well, don't they?
Yeah. And I remember like when we were playing, one room that I started in had literally about like 15 or 16 ghosts, like right off the bat. They just like wouldn't stop coming out.
The next we managed to complete a level with the 4 people, right? And then the next stage it was like crows. So it was like 60 crows or something. Crows, you just have to flash the light at them and then disappear. So a little bit easier. And apparently it mixes up more and more and more. Every single stage has got like a different objective, and you do end up fighting the same like King Boo at the end, which is pretty cool. I don't think we'll ever be able to reach that unless we get 4 pros to play all together.
I don't even think I want to. I mean, I had fun doing the multiplayer stuff, but I mean, I'm enjoying the single player a little bit more. But I will say it was a hell of a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think maybe if they'd put some other objectives, or not like some other reason for doing it, that it's just like you play and you fail, or you play and you win. It's like, that's it. You just go back to the start again. There's no real, like, you're not leveling up a character. You're not like getting an item or something, or unlocking something for story mode. There's literally no reason to play it, other than just for funsies. So I don't know. We might play it on Famicast game night. some people have shown interest in that, so we might end up doing some ghost busting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Playing with four guys, 4 friends is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then. So back to you, Danny.
All right. Well, next up, Ty. Would you
Yeah.
mind continuing on with some new business?
Yeah. Let's see. I bought that Doom for the 30th time in my life.
Okay.
The classic one.
On the TI-83, or what was it this time?
Oh yeah. That's nice. Yeah. The little screen on the printer at work.
Okay. Yeah.
I was playing Doom on that.
You needed it.
No. No, I mean it's just classic Doom. It's like this one was on Xbox, but whatever. It's the same game y'all know and love.
Yeah.
So I went through. I knocked out all the achievements except you have to do Nightmare on co-op.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I haven't done yet. And I was wondering how good are you guys at Doom?
I am not that great. So, and I mean, I don't think it would have crossplay with the Switch.
No, yeah, I noticed it doesn't even have online play.
Really? Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was only $5, so I wasn't expecting much.
I mean, I think I had mentioned this episodes and episodes ago, but I bought Doom Classic on Switch when that came out, whenever the hell that was this year. But
yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe not even. Yeah. But I mean, it already came out on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And that was a little more feature full. What did it have? It had online play, and it had extra goodies for your avatar.
Okay, like a t-shirt. Well, maybe not even a t-shirt. Maybe a t-shirt.
It had the whole Doom Space Marine suit.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
It's I don't care about my avatar really, or the whatever they call the Mii's on Xbox.
Yeah, I think they're just avatars.
Xbox avatars.
Yeah, so mine has had the Doom guy suit from Doom since that came out.
That's why it's coming to mind. So I knew exactly what it looked like. I'm pretty sure I've seen yours at some point, maybe when I was playing my 360 a lot or something.
Yeah. So how about you, James? How good are you at Doom?
Original Doom?
Yes.
I'm. Oh, you mean multiplayer or story?
Either or, just in general.
I haven't played much multiplayer. Maybe not since before college on a fucking LAN party. Okay. But yeah, story mode, I'm all right. The first one, I can probably complete the first Doom. Okay.
Well, on what difficulty? That's the question.
Middle. Regular.
Okay.
Not talking Nightmare or anything. I don't think I've ever done Nightmare.
Oh.
All right. Good. Because you were gone for a moment. I was talking about how I need to get the gang together and play through Doom on Nightmare.
Original Doom?
On co-op. Yeah, it's the only achievement I need to get.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Are you talking to Xbox?
Yeah, it does, and we are also talking. It doesn't have online play.
Huh.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm pretty sure it's the same on all the platforms. The re-release they did for $5.
Oh, so you mean literal go to your house and play a co-op?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right, man. So we'll put a pin in that. Sometime we got to make that happen.
That's cute. So split screen, you're talking?
Yeah.
Vertical or horizontal?
No, it actually keeps the same ratio no matter what. I tried. I just plugged in a second controller to try it out, and if it's only 2 people, it just shows the same ratio screen, just side by side, and there's all this unused part of the screen.
Oh, okay. I could, yeah. Okay.
Kind of like the app that we're using now to stream.
Exactly.
Famicast.
Yep. For sure. Good. Except that the ratio is 4:3.
Yeah, so you could almost, pretty much put it side by side, and it's okay-ish.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So you want to play a Nightmare in co-op?
Yes.
Holy shit.
It's doable. You just need to play adequately, and then I can carry you. I'm pretty sure.
Just hide behind Ty the whole time.
Sold.
Right.
Well, that's pretty much every Famicast game game that we play on the Famicast is hide behind Ty.
Yeah, if it's something like where we have to work together, especially like we've done shooters and stuff before. For you guys out there, some of you don't know, and so it's like basically listen to what Ty's saying and do it, and also just stay behind him. So,
all right, yeah.
What was that Overwatch ripoff game that we played?
Paladins.
Paladins, yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
That was a season 2 exclusive video, but that was good.
That was fun.
That was good. I remember that. I just looked at the characters and I'm like, okay, here's the plan, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I just went for the girl with the big boobs.
Right.
Sorry.
It worked out.
It worked out, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm playing Doom on Nightmare. It'll probably be the same experience. Like I'll be like, do the thing,
and we will do said thing.
Why are you going back to Doom? Is this like, are you getting depressed because Doom Infinite's not coming out? What's
I felt like I needed some achievements in my life.
Right.
I think I mentioned on a previous podcast. There's like what are games you play like every year, or you come back to that are super old, and like for me, Doom is one of those.
Yeah, Mario World probably for me.
Right.
Mario World, Mario 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like one of those comfort games, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
But for me, it's more like a bloodlust that must be like satiated.
Yeah. I mean, James just throws all of his old games in the freaking trash. So,
well, by that you mean give to you.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
Right.
All
right. Hey, I've got quite a few behind me here.
Yeah, that you'll never touch again.
Never touch again. Yeah.
You're just like me, James.
Oh, I might have to boot up my Wii U soon though, because Shovel Knight, what's it called? King of Cards is coming out.
Yeah, King of Cards, and
does that include the Wii U version?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
The 3DS version does not get it.
Yeah,
only the Wii U version.
Which sucks because that's the version I have.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because they can't handle the multiplayer game, right?
Probably.
It can't handle a 2D pixel game.
Yeah, because it's two things. It's King of Cards and it's the Smash Brothers ish.
Yeah.
Thing.
Right.
Yeah, the thing.
In one package. Wow, this game has it all.
Yeah.
Bargain of the century.
Okay. So besides Doom, I've been playing a whole lot of different fighting games.
Whoa.
So,
no way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell us your thoughts on Terry. Did you talk about that?
Yeah, I played him for a few hours at least. I like him. Like he feels powerful when you play him. You get that feeling, I think. Especially
did you pull off all the moves.
Yeah, you do the special moves on the controller. Right. Some people can't handle it apparently. But like I just get in there, I'm like, okay, can I just chain into my super? Oh yes I can. That's broken. Let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, when Sakurai was doing the presentation, like, okay, here's all the stuff that Terry does, and it's like this Fatal Fury game or that King of Fighters game, and he has some invincibility frames here, and I'm like, okay, I understand all of this, and I am good to go.
Right.
Let's go. Ready to power dunk on some fools.
So the skills transfer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of that fighting game flavor.
But the problem is you're using like a regular control stick, right? Not a fighting stick.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I played fighting games on like everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just using like a GameCube controller. It's good enough. It's extremely lenient anyway, so who cares? Yeah.
Cool.
I really like his stage that he got. I don't know if you tried out the new stage, but the sort of ring out mechanic that it has is pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't mention it in my new business, but we had our end of the year game party with my students, and a few people were playing as him, and that stage came up quite a lot. It's good times.
Yeah,
it's very satisfying to knock someone out of that stage.
Yeah, or like wall bounce them for some sick combos.
Right.
I'm the only one on the show that does not have the Fighter's Pass.
Right.
That's me. I'm that guy.
Right. That's another reason why we should all get together like in person.
Yeah.
So we play the video game.
Yeah.
Borninkai, end of the year
Yeah.
party.
Right? Yeah. I'm down.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Danny's up for some Smash.
I love it.
Yeah.
All 6 hours of his played in 2 years.
I love it so much.
Yeah. So besides that, I actually renewed my PSN Plus or whatever, and I've been playing some Tekken and Soul Calibur on there.
I was gonna say, well, what exclusive fighting games are you playing?
Yeah. I mean, they're not exclusive or anything, but it's just like it's where the player base is in Japan. It's on PSN.
Yeah.
So, right.
Right. You said you're sick of playing against the same two guys.
Right, on Xbox, yeah, like okay, I'll double up. I'll get man. I have Tekken 7 on 3 different platforms.
Good.
Yeah, good.
I fully support this type of insanity because I do the same type of stuff.
Right. I wish I had the season passes on every platform. It's kind of annoying. Oh, what?
Save up.
Who am I kidding? I only play Lee.
Okay.
the fucking old man character from Tekken 2.
There it is.
So yeah, I've been practicing my combos, just playing some matches online. I got a hate mail. Like I don't even play this game, but it's like, man, I like locked some guy in the corner with like some gimmicky bullshit, and he fucking quit out. He called me Baka. And
a Japanese guy. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so that was a rousing victory on my part.
Yeah, awesome.
That was good. I played some Soul Calibur as well. Man, Soul Calibur 6. I don't know about that game. Like, it's probably like the next best Soul Calibur after 1 and 2, but that's like not saying much, you know?
Yeah. I thought 4 was pretty not great.
4 was okay, but oh man, that game had some problems.
Yeah. I also played a little bit of 3. That's the PS2 exclusive one, right?
Yeah, that was the worst one.
Yeah, one of my buddies had it, and yeah, I was like, okay, I really like Soul Calibur 2 a lot better than this.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I forget what the mechanic's called, but you know, in Soul Calibur 6, there's the it's like a red parry or a red guard kind of thing. It has some fucking like clash impact derf.
Okay.
But basically, you hit guard and B together. That's not throw. That's not like your alternate throw anymore. It's a thing where they go into like this kind of parry looking pose, and if you strike them, they'll just strike back, and then you go into like this rock paper scissors fucking cinematic scene. And
literally, they actually start playing rock paper scissors. Saisho gu jankin po.
Almost, yeah. Like you hit A, B, and kick, or like one of those, and one will counter the other, and like you can also try to do like a hard read thing, like you can just tap forward and that'll go under A's, but it'll get hit by any of the other two. So it is a little more complicated, but man, I kind of don't like it because I feel like it's in there for the reason, like, okay, if you're in a situation in Soul Calibur where, you know, you want to hit your like quickest button, which will probably be like your neutral kick or something. Like, I think they just have it in as like a bailout situation. Like if you don't like a tough situation that you're in, instead of like trying to make a hard read with a precise button hit, they just say like mash this. This is your get out card, your get out of jail card right here. And it feels kind of dumb to me. I don't know. Almost like a thing I talk about a lot about Soul Calibur is I think the game is kind of a victim of feature creep. Do you know what I mean?
Please elaborate.
All right, so like
people keep adding unnecessary features.
Yes, exactly.
And it just doesn't stop until the game is now garbage and unrecognizable from its previous form.
Right? Yeah, like when they started adding like super moves with like meters.
Super moves? Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like such a Me Too thing, like after Street Fighter 4, and then there's like there's the whole armor damage thing, which is I feel like mostly inconsequential, and it's just like, come on, you don't need this stuff. And now there's like the crazy guard, whatever it is, guard. I don't. I should look it up. I'm
Wait,
just
when
gonna
you
call
say
it.
armor damage, does that mean like ladies wearing like breastplates that just fall off and reveal all their breasticles?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Oh, actually, talking of breasts,
Hell yeah.
Ty, I remember you like I was looking back at the previous Famicast Game of the Year awards last year,
Oh
and your
yeah,
most
yeah,
anticipated games
yeah,
were kind of interesting because, well, one of them was Doom Eternal, rest in peace.
yeah,
But all the other ones you have been playing, like Indivisible,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there was one, Dead or Alive 6. I've never heard you talk about Dead or Alive 6. Apparently you were super hyped for that one last year.
Yeah,
Did you end up playing that?
a little bit, not much.
Okay. Oh, and the other one was Shenmue 3, which just came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came out like today.
Yeah, today.
Woo!
Are you
It's
interested?
happening, boys. Yeah.
I'm wearing my
Okay.
Dreamcast shirt today, but I haven't bought the game.
All right. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if I should finish replaying 1 and 2 before I get into that, or just jump right into it.
I wonder if your save data would carry over. You know?
Oh yeah, because that was like a feature on the
On the
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, yeah, which was so cool. I was really excited about that, and then it never came out in America, North America. So
That's right.
at least on
Wait, what
Dreamcast.
didn't?
No, it's Shenmue 2.
Never came out?
It came out on Xbox instead of Dreamcast.
Yeah,
in
so
North
so
America.
like the ability to carry your data to the next game was kind of moot,
Right.
right?
But I mean, the Xbox version did come with basically Shenmue, the movie, which is basically all the cutscenes or a lot of the cutscenes from like
Yeah.
the Dreamcast version of the game.
I
Which I
bought
will
that.
say I've watched so many times. I wish I still had it.
Yeah, I bought that the day I bought my original Xbox.
Nice.
And one other game, I forgot what it was. Good
Well,
times.
it was released in Europe in
because it was
on
just
Dreamcast.
it was the thing about the Xbox release, because the Xbox released months before it did in Europe. So, and the Dreamcast was basically dead. But since there was no Xbox or GameCube, I think for that matter, maybe for that holiday season, Europe was like, well, we still have a Dreamcast here, so we're going to release it.
Came out
And
in September 2001 in Japan, November 2001 in Europe.
Yeah.
And then the next year in America on Xbox.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it made sense for the
one
European
of those rare when Europe actually gets stuff that America doesn't.
It made sense for the European market, and I think too it made it easier because they didn't do. I think they just did Japanese voice only, and then they had obviously subtitles and stuff. And I had the European version of the game. I bought it at my local game shop back in the day.
Wow.
But like something was wrong with the discs. Like three of the 4 discs or something didn't work. Whereas like I think it was the last disc that worked. That was able to get read, but so yeah, I had to.
So the European version was only subtitled?
I think so, yeah.
And the American Xbox one was like dubbed?
Oh, fully dubbed, yeah.
There you go. Danny, what have we been telling you about dubs and subs with Americans? They
Love
don't
dubs,
like
man.
those subtitles.
I can't be bothered to read that stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's right.
For the record, no.
No. All right. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the games I was looking forward to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doom, Dead or Alive, Shenmue 3, Indivisible, and Bloodstained. Well, I've heard you talk about all of those except Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. I got it on my Xbox right now. I want to say it's kind of disappointing in the sense that it's basically the same as Dead or Alive 5 with like slightly different gameplay. Like the characters are recycled, the stages are recycled. Like it feels like an extremely recycled game. You know what I mean? It's like all the same assets almost.
Hey,
and it's just kind of
all the girls have got all the same assets. Got it.
Yeah.
Right then.
Yeah, but man, the whole core values incident, that was the best.
Hey, Danny, this time last year, you were saying that Luigi's Mansion 3 was one of your most anticipated games of the year, which
I only
you
kind of
ended up almost
half-heartedly,
not buying.
I only kind of half-heartedly believed it at the time too. I think I just, I just been having so much more fun with Metroid Prime 4. So
Right. Good luck with that one.
yes,
What else? Right, we're going on to Danny.
yeah. If you don't mind, Ty, was it
Yeah,
okay?
I don't think I have anything to add about like Tekken or whatever.
Okay, because I think this next game that I'm going to talk about here at first, it's something that you are pretty familiar with, and I know Cyrus, God rest his soul, was pretty familiar with too, and this is Skullgirls.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Never
Yeah,
heard of it.
so I got a code for Skullgirls from a person that we might or might not know.
Huh? Wonder who that could be.
His name's Cyrus. But anyway, so I got a code for the game, and I played just a little bit of it, and I I don't think I like fighting games anymore. Just not even. So let me kind of backstep a little bit. I don't know. I even like I said kind of earlier, it's like Smash. Like I haven't really been playing much of it. I don't know. There's something about that. I would almost rather watch people play. I kind of enjoy that more than actually playing it myself. But I will say some of the cool things about Skullgirls, even on the Switch, it is incredibly sharp looking. Like I like all the artwork and stuff like that. It looks incredibly great. The game runs pretty smooth too. Ty, I think you were talking about some kind of like audio glitches or something.
Yeah, I think that patch is out, and I was wondering if you got a chance to play before the patch rolled out. Or
I'm not sure because
not.
I played. Geez, that was almost 2 weeks ago when I was playing it, and I honestly couldn't tell you if there was anything wrong with the music. It sure didn't seem like it to me.
Yeah, I think you would notice if there was, because I saw some videos with the audio bug, and they were the worst.
Okay, because I was gonna say if it was something like super minute, then I was like, there is no way in hell I'd be able to tell this. But
right,
from like going through the story mode with like a couple characters, maybe one character, I don't remember.
Can you name any character?
Yeah, can you name
Beowulf?
Beowulf, yes, he's great.
He's awesome. I really like that character a lot.
And his trusty chair.
Yeah, that's all. That thing's awesome. Yeah, man, that's. I was only playing on normal difficulty, but even in the story mode thing, man, that gets kind of tough when you get like towards the very end. Fighting the Skullgirl or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was getting wrecked. Yeah.
Yep, there is a
Skullgirl. Too, right? It's called the Skullgirl, right? At the very end.
Yeah, her name is Marie.
Whatever.
But yeah, she is the Skullgirl.
Yeah.
How did you do online, Danny? Take some fools out?
Oh yeah, I totally played online.
Can those frames? How's the rollback netcode?
Yep, it does, doesn't it? It has GGOP.
GGPO, but yeah,
whatever.
Good game.
Trying to sound informed here.
GGMO.
Yeah, because even on like the title screen or something, there's like something that says like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it probably has the logo, like the little blue joystick logo with the hand. I think
something like that. I just remember noticing. I was like, oh, that's that thing Ty's been talking about.
Oh, did you see Cyrus? Did you see Cyrus in the game, Danny?
I did not. I was kind of looking around a little bit, but I didn't see. Usually, I was getting my butt stomped by the computer, so I was trying to not get my butt stomped, and at the same time trying to find Cyrus, but I didn't see him. So,
all right.
Well, I did see his. I'm pretty sure I did see his name in the credits. So.
Yeah. Did you see mine in the supporter credits?
I was looking for a long time. I might have. Geez, if I did, I'm pretty sure I snapshotted it. If I didn't,
okay.
Well, then I didn't see it. But I don't know. I mean, I had fun with it. I think it's not like super hardcore. It didn't feel like it's like prohibitively difficult. It's going to keep people from being able to play a fighting game. But at the same time, I think it with the game that's maybe kind of niche like this, it might be a little bit hard, especially when it's getting buried on the Switch by like literal piles of garbage.
More on that later.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's cool that this is on the Switch. I mean, finally you can play this game on the go. That's not mobile, but even though what Cyrus said that the mobile version is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Is that a different game though?
It is a different game.
Right.
Yeah. But
It's a mobile game, but it reuses like all the same assets.
Yeah.
Has this got local multiplayer, Danny? Like you can play 2 switches?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know if you
Brilliant.
even need that, really. Well,
Like
I mean,
if
okay,
you
I
want
can
to
see
just play
it.
2-player, you know.
You could just
Switch
do it on a
versus Switch.
TV or do it on the tiny screen with the little Joy-Cons. Boom.
Oh yeah, Ty, did you ever play that Fantasy Strike? Like split the Joy-Cons off and play like on the Switch?
I did.
How was it?
Functional.
Brilliant.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, it's not bad because Fantasy Strike, it only has like the one direction command.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Skullgirls is gonna make you do like quarter circles and dragon punch motion.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why you need a game like Fantasy Strike for that kind of stuff, right? But yeah, Skullgirls rip in peace with a split Joy-Con.
Yeah.
It seems a bit rough.
Yeah.
We ended up having to use a couple of Joy-Cons during the Smash tournament that we had.
8
and
players,
I discovered
8-player Smash on the same screen. It's tabletop mode.
No. Like a couple of guys who I thought were going to bring controllers ended up not. So we ended up like a little bit short. Okay. So I ended up having to use my split off Joy-Cons, and that's when I discovered my fucking right Joy-Con. This if you notice on the video here, the lights are not coming on.
Yep.
And these what are these called? SL? Yeah, SL and SR buttons on the top don't work, and the lights do not work. But
I have the same. Is that your left or right?
This is my right.
I have the same problem with my original set of Joy-Con.
Yeah, the face buttons work fine, and the stick works fine, and the trigger buttons work fine, but it's just so that's a kick in the bollocks. But I literally hardly ever use that.
Yeah,
and
I think, but it's just the time that you want to. You're like, fuck, come on, man. Yeah,
right. Because we also try to play. Well, we did play Luigi's Mansion 3 local multiplayer, and you also need the trigger buttons for that as well. the SL and SR buttons. Yeah. So who couldn't play?
Yeah.
Yeah, so next time I invite myself over to your place, I can show you some stuff in Skullgirls.
Yeah,
some technology.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, show you some stuff.
Yeah. So by the way, like outside of story mode, like if you just play like normally or arcade mode or whatever, you can pick a team of 1 or 2 or 3 characters.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was kind of confused because I didn't even realize that was like a thing that you were able to do. Is there what the heck's the difference between picking just like what if one of you pick 3 and the other guy picks 1? Is there any?
Because if you pick 1, it's one super powerful character.
Okay.
But if you pick 2 or 3, you can do assists and tag out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I was just doing. I think when I did exhibition like that or whatever you want to call it, arcade, whatever. I was just doing like 2-on-2. Just seemed, I've done Marvel vs. Capcom before, and tagging in and tagging out, doing that stuff. It felt pretty natural.
Right. Yeah.
Have you put any time into Witcher yet?
What's that?
Have you started playing Witcher 3 yet? Or is it still?
I haven't tagged into it yet. But no. Actually, yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about something that's a technological marvel that is somehow made possible on the Switch, then yeah, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It's pretty amazing that they can actually get this thing running on the Switch. I haven't like. It's kind of like between like this and Dragon Quest and Luigi's Mansion. I'm trying to think like, okay, which game can I beat first? Probably Luigi's Mansion.
Yes.
Which is why I'm kind of focusing on that right now. But I have played a little bit of The Witcher, maybe like, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours or something. Mainly just kind of fiddling around. And I want to dive deeper in, but it seems like every time I'm like, okay, I have some time to play some games, but I don't have like a super long amount of time. And with a game like this, like I want to sit down for like, 3 or 4 hours or something to put time into this. Same with Dragon Quest. But I just haven't had it. But I mean, just trying out a lot of like, just seeing how the game runs. I mean, yeah, I've done that. And I mean, if you couldn't tell from like the initial trailer that they released at that Nintendo Direct, I mean, obviously the game looks pretty rough, like visually. But at the same time, the frame rate is rock solid. Like I didn't see that dip at all. And I'm pretty sure they do that the resolution scaling that they do in Doom, and that they also do in the other Bethesda game.
Wolfenstein.
Thank you. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna get that, and it does look kind of cruddy. Like textures are pretty muddy, and you look at like bushes and trees, you're like, okay, that looks kind of crappy. But at the same time, I mean, if you're going to play this game and you're looking for like a visual, something that is just going to be absolutely beautiful, then you're not going to be playing it on the Switch. But if you're looking for something that it looks good enough and it has like, allegedly, I haven't got to play too much of it, a really good story and just a really interesting world and stuff, then, and you want to play it on the go, then yeah, hell yeah, this would be the way to do it for sure. Yes.
So you're not going to play more than 30 minutes. Got it.
Yes, I've already played 29, so got my money's worth.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing to see it running. I've seen some people overclocking their Switches and getting it in like slightly higher res, slightly higher frame rates and stuff like that. Pretty crazy.
Probably not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you set your Switch on fire, but you can run it at like higher. The Switch can handle more than what it's running, but they've obviously just gone for the more optimized route, as in, have it running smoothly, not burning your Switch into a molted heap of plastic.
Yeah.
They've got a nice middle ground. Yeah. So visually, as it stands now, would you say it looks slightly worse than Breath of the Wild?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Breath of the Wild looks smooth, and there are some parts where the frame rate can be a little weird, but I haven't played for such a long time. I think some of that stuff might be ironed out, but I mean, I think like artistically, it's not.
You never went back to Breath of the Wild after they patched it?
I played like 100 hours or something. I felt like
pre-patch. Wow.
Which patch?
Well, there was a later patch which like fixed everything.
I probably didn't. I think the last time I like seriously sat down and played that game was like May or June 2017. So
like a couple of months after launch, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been a long time.
Might be worth checking back.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, this game is trying to be like really realistic. Whereas Zelda, I mean,
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda obviously, it's realistic, but then again, it's like artistic too. So they don't have to make things exactly like lifelike or something like that. They can kind of fudge it and still make the thing look great. That's the thing with like a lot of Western RPGs. I think, I mean, a lot of at whatever point in time, and also the target platform that they're releasing something on, when they do it, it's going to look freaking amazing. But that also can be a bad thing because maybe 5-6 years or something, or in this case, excuse me, if you release it on like inferior hardware, it's just not going to look as good. So yeah, but like I said, again, if you're getting The Witcher 3 on the Switch because you care about visuals, you are a lunatic.
Right. You're doing it because you want to play it on the train.
Yeah.
Right.
Or in your car while you have cruise control on because you're good to go.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you have these RPGs which are like 100 hours long, people don't mind the visual downgrade because that means they can actually put time into it. Especially if your gaming schedule doesn't allow you to sit in front of the TV for 15 hours a day. Like it's the same with Dragon Quest 9, which is why it's selling so well on Switch.
11.
Even people who might have bought it on PS4, they might want to buy it again because they can play it more now.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think that that's definitely a thing too, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right on.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for me, and that's actually going to do it for new business. So next, we're going to move on to a little bit of now playing on the Famicast.com.
Whoa.
The game.
Now playing at the Famicast.com. As always, we got tons of stuff going up on the website, tons of stuff going up here on our YouTube. And we're going to tell you just a little bit about some of the stuff that we've been doing here recently, just in case you missed it. And James...
How would people be missing it when they're obviously subscribed to our YouTube channel?
Yeah. Well, there are some things that are Patreon exclusive too. So some of these things you definitely don't want to miss out on.
Well, in terms of free content, free for everyone, like I mentioned in my new business, WRC8, I got some videos doing gangbusters. Usually our videos don't... over 100 views, and we're ecstatic, but this one's getting thousands, so it's pretty crazy. So yeah, if you want to check out WRC8, the dynamic weather and some of the viewpoints and stuff like that, some of the kind of more graphically interesting courses, check it out and see what you think. I also got 2 Luigi's Mansion 3 videos, both multiplayer. The first one is the online multiplayer, me and Danny, with voice chat enabled, obviously through the official app, right, Danny?
Of course, obviously.
Yeah, me and Danny played, and we captured our voice and video and everything, and we put that on the YouTube channel. That's all good times. But also I captured some local multiplayer, which I played with my students, which I didn't really talk about much before this, but I managed to get, well, I thought we had 8 Joy-Cons, but my right Joy-Con broke, so we only had 7. But we ended up playing 7-player Luigi's Mansion 3 local multiplayer on the big projection screen, like I kind of mentioned that I hope to do last episode. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, actually. It's definitely check out the video. It's actually, I think it's Patreon exclusive at the moment, but if you're listening to this after Friday, Famicast Friday, it'll be public. It's actually got 3 modes you can play. You can play just like ghost catching modes, like all on the same screen, and then there's another one where you kind of sucking up these big cannonballs, putting them into a cannon, then firing them at these targets to get points. And then the other one is based on the water stage, where you're kind of in the little water dinghy thing, and you're collecting coins. So it's like a coin collecting mode. So they're all different. I probably just like the straight up ghost catching one the best. That's it's probably the most frantic. And yeah, you can play Guigi team versus Luigi team, basically 4 versus 4. Pretty cool. Oh, we did 3 versus 4 because of my shitty Joy-Con. And then, in terms of patron exclusive stuff, so me and Cyrus, if you remember that guy, he joined me for my the games that made us, and this is volume 5. This is my second episode, second chapter of my gaming history. And so yeah, I invited Cyrus, who's now officially a DLC character. You have to pay to unlock Cyrus. So yeah, give us $3 and you can download Cyrus and listen to chapter 2 of my gaming life, which takes off pretty much from the previous chapter. So yeah, it's good times. And yeah, clickbaity headline for that one is, "You will not believe what my first home console was." I'll just leave it at that. Danny?
Mysterious.
That's right.
Well, from me, I actually put up a review last week of that weird, wacky game that some people might have seen called Otoko Mizu, where you're literally flying around Edo, putting out fires and beating up ninjas with water that shoots out of your hands and feet.
But you're also a greased up naked Japanese man.
Yeah,
you forgot to mention that bit.
Pretty standard. Actually, what's really weird, because I'm on the Talk Nintendo podcast, I talked about this, and actually it's really weird because the co-host Casey Gibson, he looks a lot like this Otoko Mizu guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the character model is based on his body. So
I remember seeing this game at TGS like last year or something, and just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I actually ended up playing. I had played it like maybe the in development version on a PC. I just can't believe it actually came into a real product.
Yeah, it's something. You should definitely check out that review. I'll just leave it at that. And then last week too, James and I got our Super Famicom on, and we played some Super Mario Kart the original online together, which is pretty fun. So yeah, you just want some laughs.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I think probably the best Mario Kart game, but that might just be me.
Wow, big words.
Yes. And Ty, we have something coming up, right?
Oh yeah. Yes, beloved ACDC Armchair. What was it? Armchair Developers Club. That's the abbreviation, right?
Yeah. Right. That's me, mate. You named it.
Did I? I thought it was your name. But anyway, yeah. So me and James get together, and we fix and or design games from our comfortable armchairs without any actual work. It's rather nice, actually.
Yeah.
Get paid a
So-
pretty
Well,
penny for it too.
Yeah. Well, our patrons seem to like that one a lot, and I like it too. It's fun to talk about. So
Yeah.
it's still in production, but I think the next one may be about community management / engagement as a game company. And oh boy,
Saving
do we
the-
have some armchair opinions about this?
Saving the world one episode at a time. You're
Yep.
welcome.
Yeah. Hey. So yeah, any game designers or company presidents, check it out. It's free real estate.
Yeah. Well, if you're a patron.
Yeah.
All of this
Send
and
us
more.
$3.
Yeah, do that.
Send us
Absolutely do
$3.
that.
Actually
Yeah,
do
you
that,
get-
please.
It's ridiculous. You get like 40 odd exclusive podcasts for that.
That,
I
and you
don't know any other Patreon, gaming Patreon that offers that. Probably none.
That
Like,
and also
yeah.
giving you $1 million ideas. So
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
which is priceless.
80 hours of like amazing content
yes.
of me making fart sounds.
All of this and more at Famicast.com.
Yeah, can't. One day will be .gov.
All right, James. We have a little bit of actually, James. What is this, James?
This is the Japanese.
That's right.
Wow.
Wow. A little bit of a different take there. Don't know if I liked it, but we'll go with it.
It's the CNN version
Okay, fair
or
enough.
JNN version.
Same thing. So yeah, we just got just a little bit of news here, and the first little bit nobody cares about except for maybe Brian from Japanese Nintendo. I know he likes this game.
Good luck to him.
And apparently, they might have already announced something as we were talking, but a paid subscription service is coming to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and more details are probably out there right now. But if you are interested in the game, you probably already know. And if you don't care about it like us, then well, this you just can't be bothered. So,
I could probably find out some information for you if you give me a few seconds.
okay. Well, I'll go on to this next little bit of news that I think Todd actually, this is so weird. Because again, this is there's some kind of an announcement going on today, I think, as well. But Valve basically threw back the curtain on the next version of Half-Life VR, of course. Don't think it has anything to do with being like Half-Life 3 or any of those things.
The next chapter that everybody was clamoring for and it never happened.
Yeah. So I feel bad for Half-Life fans if they're still alive.
They're still alive.
Most of the gamers now, like you think about it, like we got a Half-Life coming out. I guarantee probably about half of the gaming population is probably thinking, well, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I thought every living, breathing person who has Steam has Half-Life 2.
Well, I mean, hell, I even have Half-Life 2.
Right? No, everybody has Half-Life 2.
Okay. I don't know what happened to my copy, but I had it.
Right. But, okay, whatever. You have it on Steam.
There it is.
If you don't have a Steam account, you actually have a Steam account you don't know about.
And
it has Half-Life 2 on it.
Yes, there it is.
All right, Danny, I got your shitty information ready.
What do we got?
So this is Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. The first plan is called Happy Helper Plan.
Of course.
Where you designate an animal to be your camp caretaker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He'll fulfill your animal requests, help with events, etc. Shorten crafting times. That'll be priced at 360 yen or $3 per month. Okay. And you get 60 leaf tickets as well.
Okay.
The second plan is called the Cookie and Depot Plan, which grants you access to a members-only cookie shop where you can choose 5 fortune cookies. You can store up to 5,000 items in a warehouse. Plus, there's shorter crafting times and access to the Pocket Camp Club Journal. Okay. Prices for that are 980 yen or $8.
God.
And there's no free trial for that one. There is a free trial for the other one.
Quick aside, I mean, just similarly related, is anybody interested in getting Animal Crossing on Switch?
Hell no.
No.
Okay.
Maybe if it has a bunch of good ROMs on it.
Yeah. Well, Ty, I knew you were going to say no, but then James had me like, oh my God, is he really going to do it? But no.
The
Well,
mix-up,
we've already got all the ROMs now. It's the Nintendo Online subscription.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
You don't
it's
need it inside
worthless.
the game.
Yeah. Well, just go back and get the N64 version like I did. Boom. New set.
The GameCube it was an innocent time. That was before they started reselling all their old games again and again.
It was literally like 2 years later. They're like, let's do the Game Boy or the NES Classics line, Famicom Classics line and Game Boy Advance. And never looked back.
All right then. Next we've got some charts, Japanese charts. I'll give you one guess. What's number one? It sold 1.3 million in a week.
Call of Duty.
It was Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yep.
In a week, 1.3 million. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I
Christ.
saw a blurb. It's the fastest selling Switch game.
Yeah, and that's just physical too. So I mean, doesn't even take in the digital into account too. So
yeah. Death Stranding is number 2. Luigi's Mansion number 3.
Mhm.
Ring Fit Adventure number 4. Star
Still.
Wars. Yeah. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Mhm.
Number 5. Danny, I thought you'd be all over that.
I'm still thinking about it.
And there's a Microsoft game at number 9. It's the most popular Microsoft game in Japan. You know what it is, Ty?
Yeah. What's my joke answer? I was gonna Minesweeper.
It's Minecraft on the Switch.
I was close.
Microsoft's most best-selling game in Japan. All right then. What's next, Danny?
Just a couple of little things. So I mean, Shovel Knight is actually we kind of mentioned this earlier, but Shovel Knight's kind of wrapping up on the releases on December 10th. King of Cards and Shovel Knight Showdown for Nintendo systems at least are going to be coming to Switch and Wii U. No 3DS. Also the same day, there are a lot of amiibo and physical release of Treasure Trove is also coming to the Switch. I was checking out the Japanese website for Yacht Club Games. It doesn't look like it's been updated since 2017. So, so there's no information about Japanese releases for this. But I mean, if Japanese gamers really wanted to play it, they could. I don't know if this new stuff would be translated, but that's just the world we live in.
Well, the Switch makes it a lot easier for Japanese people to download stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Danny, your favorite game of the year? I'm assuming it's your number 1 most played game of the year. Yokai Watch 4.
I love it. Yeah.
Did you know that they're re-releasing it? Yokai Watch 4 Plus?
Yes.
It's coming out on the 5th of December.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
They're also releasing on PlayStation, so it's not even a Switch exclusive anymore.
Yeah, and actually, I've talked about this in a video that we did on the channel. It kind of looking how it runs on the Switch. I remember thinking to myself over the summer, if they had this running on a PS4, this engine would be going flawlessly. And
right.
Seriously. So.
Well, now it'll run flawlessly on the PS4.
Yeah, I don't think that game did nearly as well as what Level 5 thought it would do. Just seemed like nobody really cared. But
right. Minecraft sold 1 million now in Japan, and Switch has sold 10 million here.
Okay.
Just a little update. Just happened just now, actually.
Okay.
10 million.
Jeez.
Just a little bit ahead of the Xbox One.
A little bit. And Ty, what's this last little bit of news you got here?
Oh yeah, I added something. What did I add here? Okay, so just yesterday they showed the next chapter of Dead by Daylight, which is basically like a DLC pack that has a new killer, new survivor, and a new level, and it's coming to Switch as well as the other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing, and all the characters in it are Japanese.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's like a big Oni samurai kind of killer, and there's a Japanese girl survivor, and a new, a new air quotes Japan level. There's already a Japan level, but it's gonna be like a new rearrangement kind of.
Cool.
Yeah, so
I'm assuming all the Japanese characters are high school students in miniskirts.
No.
Okay.
No.
Weird.
No. Yeah, actually, one of the killers is a Japanese high school girl.
Has she got long black hair that goes in front of her eyes?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, she wails like a banshee, and she's like all blue colored and grotesque, and jump scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
All Japanese people are scared of Japanese high school girls with long hair that go in front of their eyes.
Right?
True
Yeah.
story.
Okay,
Like you could show them the most grossest, like, horror movie character from Western, they'd be like, not that scary.
right?
A Japanese high school girl walking backwards,
Kawaii.
they'd be like, they fall on the floor.
I mean, Close
Crying.
Encounters of the Third Kind, the last scene with those aliens, show it to a Japanese person, they don't get freaked out like me.
Right.
Right.
So there's a trailer for that, and if you're on there's like a beta on PC you can play right now, but so it's probably only like a couple weeks away, or not even that. So keep an eye out for it.
Cool. All right.
All right,
Well,
you know what time it is now, guys?
yes.
No, we don't. What time is it?
It's time for my garbage bag of goodness.
Garbage day.
It's a new feature which we started just now. Basically, I'm going to let all you players with less than $1 to spare for gaming this month, I'm going to help you guys out, because I'm going to look at the very bottom of the barrel, and I'm going to find you some games to play. All right. So I'm going to be using the US eShop, because let's face it, most of our listeners are in the US, and also it's region free, so it doesn't really matter.
And if they're not, they should be.
So all of these games will not even add up to $1. Okay. So the first one I'm going to go for, it's 98% off at the moment, so it's an absolute bargain. It's called Quest for the Golden Duck.
Oh,
that sounds cute.
One.
Yeah, Quest. You know that one?
No.
Quest for the Golden Duck. It's a classic. It's inspired by a classic game from the golden age of arcades. You can bring up to 3 or more friends in a co-op game. And yeah, this game is going for 11 cents at the moment. Yeah. And
so steep.
yeah, right? 11 cents. So yeah, get that, and you get a gold coin for that. So yeah, profit on that.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, I think anything $1 or less, you just get a gold coin, don't you?
This looks very Pac-Man inspired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like Pac-Man. In fact, very much like Pac-Man, except it's like Pac-Man Versus. Except Pac-Man Versus wasn't 11 cents.
Huh.
Right then, next game is 90% off. It's called Laser Kitty Pow Pow. Another classic.
I've heard of this one.
This one, it's like a pixel art looking game. You play as a cat. Sure, cats are cool, but how about laser firing giant cat heads? Unleash the furry.
Jesus Christ.
It's a perfect arcade game.
Man, I just opened this up on YouTube, skipped in the middle of the video, and I'm seeing like all these fucking memes in it.
Right.
There's Nyan Cat, and there's that fucking unicorn from that Flash game.
Yeah, it's all there.
It's all there.
Everyone is here. And so you can team up with a friend in a multiplayer mode, which is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version. All right? In your face, Xbox.
Wow.
So yeah, you can unlock and upgrade special cat laser powers. So yeah, this is amazing. The sale ends at the end of this month, so get on there quick, okay? This is going for 29 cents.
Oh, I don't know, man. Let's get a little steep.
Yeah, so we're out to 40 cents now, okay? So we're not even near $1 at the moment. Next one, this one looks amazing. So this one is called Watermelon Party. 2, 3, 4 verses. So that's Watermelon Party. Yeah, that's the party. That's the title. Okay. Watermelon Party. It's an action puzzle game for 2 to 4 players where players compete against each other. Imagine that. Players are given tiles of different shapes, and they need to lay a path for their hero to walk on across the map and collect all the watermelons. It's like you're just making your way across the stage and you're just collecting watermelons.
Oh, this looks like Pipe Dream. Like Pipe Dream Versus. Like, the game I'm talking about?
Pipe Dream. I've heard of that. Is that like a free Windows game?
Yeah, I think there's also a Nintendo version, and it's been like a mini game in a bunch of games. It's just like where you lay down a pipe, you get the pieces, you lay pipes together to try to connect A to B.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that is, again, 29 cents.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like a 4-player versus version, so that seems kind of fun.
There you go. So what to now? 79 cents. Now, I don't think we can I don't think we can buy this fourth one. We might have to choose Watermelon Party or this next one because it's going to push us over the dollar. If Watermelon Party isn't your game anyway, you can choose Mecho Tales. That's Mecho, not Mecha. Mecho Tales is a all new adventure in the world of Mecha Wars. Yeah, you've been waiting for one, right, Danny?
Yeah, dude.
You run and shoot through chaotic platforming levels filled with spikes, bottomless pits, and an army of deadly robots. Go it alone, or, you guessed it, team up with 4 players in local multiplayer. Directed by Luke Bernard.
Andy Bernard's brother.
Yeah, there you go.
From The Office.
Yeah, so it looks like it was made by an 8-year-old in Photoshop, but it's got 4 players. And it's 49 cents, so it's pushing the budget a bit there. So yeah, I would probably go for Watermelon Party over Mecho Tales.
I don't know, man. It's from the Mecha Wars, saga.
Yeah. I mean, Mecho Tales is usually 99 cents, but it's only 49 cents at the moment. It's half off.
I'm trying to figure out what this game is about. It's like, it's like, it looks like it's really visually kind of messy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like at first I thought it was Rayman, but like it looks like it's no.
It wishes it was Rayman.
It's like a very shooty oriented kind of game.
Yeah, but again, 4 players, Ty. You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Right then. So yeah, look out on the next episode for more bargain basement games.
This doesn't look like a game I would want to play on a tiny screen.
Garbage bag of goodness. You're welcome. Yeah, if you want to search for more bargain basement games, go to the search function on the eShop and then just do price range from 1 cent and then search by low to high.
There it is.
Feast your eyes. I'm disappointed there's no 1 cent game today. Shame.
It'll come. Hey, Black Friday is coming up. By the next time we do the next episode, it'll be finished. Anyways, we'll just have to like do a recap or something, Best 1 cent game.
Right. So, best 1 cent game of the year.
Can't wait to hear all
we'll have to buy a 1 cent game each and then compare.
Oh, God. All right.
All right, then, Danny, should we move into some feedback?
Let's do it. So if you want your feedback read on the air, you can email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at thefamicast. If you're here on YouTube, maybe you're putting out some comments out there, like Little Tokyo, Adam Conforti, and Chris in the comments. Thank you guys for kind of playing along with us throughout the show. And yeah, if you guys message us or anything like that, you can have your comment or question read on the air like these guys. So James, I know we have had quite a few comments, actually a lot. I didn't put every single comment from WRC, that racing game, on here because some of it was like a thread, like conversations of people like arguing with each other. So like,
yeah. Didn't need to put any of those on. Just let them argue amongst themselves.
Yeah, for those, I just let that be. But then there was some that was kind of, more basic things. But before that, we did have a couple of comments on some other things. This first one might have been read out on the last episode. I don't remember, but this is on the video I made over the summer. It's the top Japan-only 3DS games. Shig Lizzy, talking about the game. Shag Lizzy. Right. Wow, I can't read. Just finished X Troopers back in June. That game is amazing. Super Grand Battle X is probably my favorite, though. So yeah, in this video, I talk about awesome 3DS games, and there's a really good one called X Troopers. It's a really cool third-person shooter that never left Japan. And
yeah, I remember that one.
Being a wise guy, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be able to capture it from my PS3 because they also released it on 3DS and PS3 here. But I didn't realize that the PS3 has some kind of like the HDMI thing is like encrypted, so you cannot use it with an Elgato to capture footage. You're just not able to do that. So
thanks, Sony.
Yeah, so that sucked. But anyways, then it's not a show without mention of Russ Greeno. And
who?
Rushgrino mentioned on James's Luigi's Mansion 3 Scare Scraper Online video. We are talking about this a little bit earlier. JC, yo, you must upgrade your 56 internet connection. So
What?
I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad.
Did we have any lag on that one? I don't think we did we?
I didn't have it on my side. I don't think so.
All right.
So, maybe Russ needs to check his internet connection. I don't know.
Right. Right.
Shots fired.
WRC8 comments.
Yep.
Ooh, I like this guy's comment. Kanade Yuki. He says, "You drive well. You got my thumbs up." Thanks very much. I do drive well, or I'm good at video editing. One of the two.
Maybe neither, but whatever.
Right. So what is this? I can't even understand this. I can't read that name. Did you write that, Danny?
Yes, because it's in a language that's not Japanese, like a Russian or something. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Russian troll number 56. It says, "I have one question. I have one question. Is full version like PS4 or cut like FIFA?" I actually don't know the answer to that, but apparently it is. It's a fully fledged version, but just I don't know, runs in a lower resolution.
Yeah.
Have this game a split screen? I don't believe it does. It's it's one player only. And then somebody just says, "Yeah, it just looks decent." It looks like an older 360 game, which isn't bad, but isn't great either.
Yeah.
Someone else says, "Looks like a shitty water painting." What?
That was one of my favorite ones.
I don't get that. Yeah, sure, fair enough.
I thought
maybe, yeah. Maybe some of the backgrounds maybe he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I did notice, like, because when you were slowing down, the background still looked kind of but the idea is you're going to be moving, so you wouldn't even be able to really notice that. So.
Yeah. And remember, these are like very, very long courses. They're not like repeated.
Yeah.
These rally tracks are probably the most difficult to render because it's like it's photorealistic and it's also incredibly long, so you can't like repeat stuff. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on to a bit of Twitter, I guess.
Yeah.
Do we have any Twitter?
I'm looking. I don't think we had much.
Nothing worth writing home about?
Doesn't look like it.
All right then. Well, yeah, follow us on Twitter at the Famicast and send us interesting comments.
Yes.
Ooh, I sent us. I kind of retweeted this maybe on the Famicast one was that The Tourist. Do you remember The Tourist? It comes out tomorrow, actually, November 21st.
I think I saw the same tweet. I checked it and I was like, oh, when was that? That was like on a Nintendo Direct. Was that like last year?
No, it was earlier this year.
Okay.
But I remember that it perked the interest of all four of us at the time because it's kind of like a cute kind of cube guy, but it's like the rendering and the lighting is really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's done by the Fast RMX guys. Those guys are really good at like pushing graphics on like inferior hardware.
Yeah.
And they managed to cram it all into like less than 500 megabytes. They're like super amazing programmers. They can do all of this, but they're like the super like how they render stuff and how they program stuff. They're very, what do you call it?
Efficient,
economical with how they do stuff. There's no, they're the opposite of bloatware. They're like super minimal, like everything that's not needed to make the game run perfectly. They cut it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, that comes out tomorrow and it looks really cool. I think I might check it out. I think that's about it really. Well, Patrick Ardron saying that he's now watching the Famicast, but I think that's one of those auto-generated things, when you're watching it and then you just tweet out what you're watching.
We'll take it.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that'll do it for the feedback.
Follow the Famicast on Twitter, obviously, and also follow us. Subscribe on Spotify. Like we keep forgetting to mention that, but we registered the podcast with Spotify maybe a couple of months ago, and we just keep forgetting to mention it.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe in America, some people like to do that.
Yeah. I mean, we're on a lot of different platforms too. So I mean, if you're watching us live right now, we're on YouTube, so you obviously that. All the regular podcast places and stuff, but like other things too, like Stitcher and a lot of other places. If you look, we might be there.
Oh yeah, like Stitcher and Herbal Derp and the Sniz, and it's just like making up words here.
Right.
Like I never heard of Stitcher or whatever the fuck you just said.
It's real. It's real. I swear. No,
And
it's not
we're on
fake.
it.
Yeah, we're on there.
Great.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be.
We got one comment here on the Patreon from Chris Blackstone, one of our good patrons. He was asking about Knives Out, the PUBG game. He says, so is this based on the movie of the same name, or is this movie based on this game, or do neither of those things have anything to do with each other? I'm very confused by the term Knives Out. Please help Famicast, you're my only hope. I actually didn't know what he was talking about, and then I looked for a trailer for Knives Out, and then this movie comes up, which is literally nothing to do with the game.
Like a movie that's coming up, right? Or
out, or just come out, or coming out soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Knives Out like a turn of phrase? Is that like British English or something?
Like coming with knives out? I don't know. Doesn't that mean like fists up, knives out?
Yeah.
Maybe guns out for Americans.
Guns a blazing, like maybe
Guns
like
a blazing, that kind of thing. Yeah. But that was weird. That it's one of those just a complete coincidence that Knives Out the game and Knives Out the movie happened to come out around about the same time.
Yeah, it looks like there's it's a turn of phrase somehow.
Yeah.
Like the knives are out for blank.
Right, exactly.
Right? I've never heard that, but I believe it.
Yeah. It's weird that a Japanese game would actually choose an actual English expression that makes sense. Not call it Super Panty Battle Royale or something, which you would expect. Right, that's the subtitle. Oh, by the way, when you guys were chatting earlier, I checked the Japanese eShop for lowest price games, and the cheapest one they've got is 100 yen, which is $1. There's nothing less than the 100 yen.
Yeah, I would imagine that maybe NCL, maybe they're a little bit more strict over here about that stuff. You know what I mean? With it being Japan and all.
That's probably, looking at it, that's the absolute minimum you can do it.
Yeah.
But they do have on the search function, it says from 1 yen to 500 yen.
Huh.
But there is no 1 yen game. And also, Danny, right at the bottom of the pile is Snowboarding, the next phase.
Oh, nice.
For 100 yen, which is a game that you talked about.
That's actually, it's a fun game. If you're looking for something that's super complicated, you're not going to find it there. But especially for that cheap, I paid like $10 for it. And
it's no Trinity.
No, it's not. But it's easy. You can just kind of turn your brain off and play it. I'd say check it out if you're on the fence. Or want a snowboarding game, because there are no snowboarding games on the Switch aside from this.
Right. And the only one is there, and it's 100 yen. Why not? Yep.
Cool.
All right, then. We're done.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the feedback. And actually, that's going to do it for the show today. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you absolutely can do that. You can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James, where can people follow you?
Yes, at Famicomplicated on the Twitters. But yeah, like we said, check us out on Spotify and the YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 subs on YouTube. That'd be cool. We just got 500 followers on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. It'd be nice to have 500 on everything. Well, it'd be nice to have more, but
Yeah.
Let's aim for 500 first.
Yeah. Baby steps. Ty, where can they find you?
I'm Super Cat Drugs. I have some pretty good video game meme content lately. And check it out if you want to follow along for rabble rousing, like trying to destroy Google Stadia, every game award show. All right, I got Knives Out for those guys.
Knives Out. There you go.
Anybody who doesn't use GGPO, I got my eye on you, Guilty Gear. Okay, they showed the new Guilty Gear stuff, and they asked everyone on their fucking questionnaires, how important is rollback netcode to you? And oh boy, Knives Out. Let's go.
All right. Well, also, if you are watching on YouTube, please give us a like. That kind of helps something, at least our egos or something.
Yeah, I like the video. Oh, somebody else liked it just now. Was it you, James?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Heads
Was
up.
it you, Danny?
Heads
Oh,
up, sorry.
we have a real like besides me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you do, yeah, seriously, if you enjoy the show, just give us a like. If you enjoy any of the other stuff we do on YouTube, give us a like.
Why not?
It helps the algorithm. We're gonna need it once the FCC comes after us.
Yeah, we're getting sick and tired of getting comments about our WRC now and Assassin's Creed Odyssey Cloud
Right.
version. No, you have to be in Japan to play this. No, there is no split screen multiplayer.
Right.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Famicast 162. Thank you guys for watching live. That were. Thank you for listening. All of you guys out there, have a good day, afternoon, whatever, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Look forward to the next episode. It's pre-Fammies season, boys.
Yes.
Ooh.
Get those Game of the Year games ready.
Kill
boy.
all award shows.
Except
See you
ours.
guys. See ya.
Lates.
Please.